Hi, I'm sure you're all wondering what it is to live a life in Guyana as a Cuso volunteer. This video is here to show you how that works. My name is Roshan David and I'm from Toronto, Canada.
Hello, my name is Heather Hale and I am a Cuso volunteer in Georgetown, Guyana.
So my name is Suresh Kandaswamy.
My name's John Standaloft. I'm British, and so I spent a year in the Rupununi region working with 3 groups of Amerindian women who worked on what they call agro-processing businesses, which means they made peanut butter, they made cashew nuts, and they made farine and other products from cassava.
Getting to work and back is fairly simple here. Lots of people take the buses, mini buses, which are very easily accessible. They come at fairly good frequencies. You can get to work in a fairly good time.
This is a bus. We're at a bus right now. I'm trying to give you the experience of a lifetime. Can you hear the students? And can you hear the music and all the abject noise and sound? That's what it's like on a bus. This is actually a pretty tame bus, as my friend and I both agree. It's pretty tame. And this is to show you that it's going to be cramped in a bus. You're probably going to violate some terms of what you might think is your privacy or your space. But in the end, it's also the most effective way of moving around.
If you don't like to take a bus, there's always the taxis.
The taxi, sometimes they race it, sometimes they don't, but they get you there quicker. But they're a lot more expensive.
Transportation it's not a government-run transportation system, but it's all private system, but it works fairly well.
So I'm about to show you my workplace. It is not a picture of all workplaces, but it'll give you a general idea of your expectations versus the reality, just as I faced that kind of clash. So this is the office space of my work. This is a general idea of how a workplace might look. Depending on your interpretation, you might think it should be AC and always lit and full of people and busy. But as you can see with me, a lot of my colleagues are out doing work in the field, or they're running workshops downstairs. Or you really have to get a sense that it's not always going to be what you expect. You're going to have to come and be extremely flexible, extremely open to maybe not running on the same time schedule that you imagined, but really just pushing through. You'll have these blank spaces and you're wondering what to do. You know, it's not going to always be cut and dry. This is not accounting. This is not take a food order and just go make some food. It's not like that. It's development. It's different. But it's rewarding, so stick with it. I think in Canada we're very used to, you meet people and you can say hi and you can just be cordial and get the job done. And you can leave, but over here in Guyana, I mean, it's going to be pretty touristic to say, but you're here for 8 months or a year, and your colleagues are not going to really work with you until you've established some kind of trust. So trust building is a big thing.
Being able to have conversations and be interested in the people around you, and not just necessarily going to your office, closing the door and thinking you'll just do your work. I think it's important to build a rapport and relationships with your colleagues.
And don't expect things to be somewhere they're not, right off the bat.
One of the things that I hadn't anticipated that I found when I arrived in Guyana was the level of formality, especially in the dress.
That's expected, especially in government organizations, but also at NGOs that I worked in, international NGOs.
With people in suits, especially.
On Fridays, most of the place I worked in is casual Fridays, just like in Canada, so you can wear jeans and t-shirt if you wish.
I think the most important thing that I would have liked to have known in advance is just exactly what type of clothing worked best for me in a very hot climate where there are lots of mosquitoes. Short sleeve shirts are absolutely fine. Pale coloured clothing deters mosquitoes much better than dark coloured clothing.
if you're like me, you're probably gonna survive on peanut butter, milk powder, and bread for the first 4 weeks until you really want something edible. So when you do, you're probably gonna come out to the market. They sell everything. Like, I mean, everything. You want your mom's towel, which you've lost somehow, you'll find it in the market. You'll find a replacement for it. You want like your favorite brand of chocolate bar, somebody be selling it. So anything you want, you gotta be able to walk around. Make sure you don't say you're a foreigner because they jack up the price like nobody's business. I walked to one stall and the minute he heard me, he overpriced it. The good thing was I had already found out the real price from somebody else, so I was able to get it back.
Initially when I came to Guyana, or I was thinking of coming to Guyana, I thought there would be a lot of Indian food, but Indian food in Guyana is quite different from Indian food from India. There's a lot of rice-based food, like cook-ups. There's a lot of rotis and curries. You get a lot of different Chinese food, Creole food. So there's a lot of variety in terms of Guyanese food that takes a little bit of getting used to. But Guyanese love a lot of non-vegetarian food, like chicken and curry, or chicken and fried rice, chicken with chow mein. So if you don't want chicken in your food, you just have to be a little more specific and let people know that you prefer a vegetarian meal. But there's a lot of different vegetarian options if you're vegetarian. You get chickpeas, you get beans, you get kalaloo, spinach, eggplant, you get pumpkin. So there's a lot of variety that you can make, especially if you make your own food.
This is home. This is my home. So you'll realize really quickly that there's a lot of security around houses because bad things happen. So. And I think most houses, Cuso does a risk assessment for, that they make sure you're safe. Honestly, when they say you want to make sure you're safe, they want to make sure you're safe. When you finally get in, you get in. I'm gonna show you a room, a sample room of what your room could look like. So come on. Always have this trusty mosquito net, which is not at all trustworthy because half the time it just comes off. When you're sleeping, in your sleep it'll come off and then you'll find out that mosquitoes are just traveling through. So this washroom, this is the washroom, you can see the whole thing. I think it runs out of rainwater, so you're going to be bathing in rainwater. And then the toilet, like this is one toilet.
Find the people that are into the things that you're into, whether that's yoga or soccer or interpretive dance. Find people that you have commonalities with, and then don't be afraid to call people and make invitations or make plans to hang out. I found in Guyana that people really exchange phone numbers really easily, and that checking in with other people is something that happens really frequently. And another thing I would suggest is to plan activities. It's really easy to stay at home and chill and just do your thing in Georgetown. But if you make a conscious effort to plan activities, it gives you something to do and it knocks you outside of your comfort zone and is an experience that will give you good memories and it'll be fun too.
What I like about Guyana is first and foremost the people. They're so wonderful, friendly, party-loving. Something I enjoy very much myself.
So if you plan on going to these kind of like to bars in general, try to make it your business to go with a friend or more than one friend. That can make it a lot more manageable. If things start to get out of hand, an unwanted scenario, just get out. But have a good time. Remember that you're not all work here and no play, otherwise you become really quite dull.
And And overall, I've had a really positive experience in Guyana. One of the things that I think is really interesting and unique about Guyana is the mix and blend of people. And I like how that manifests in the celebrations and different festivals and activities throughout the year. So whether that's traditional Hindu festivals like Phagwah or celebrating Amerindian Month, I think that adds a lot of cultural diversity and richness to the place.
Hey guys, so this is where we say goodbye. This is the seawall, that's the bandstand behind me. This is a place where most local people, most Guyanese people just come out and hang out. You know, they set up shop, they set up food, you just do what you want, you hang out, you watch the sea, you play with your friends, whatever. It's a good way to end the weekend. This is the way I end my weekend. You can just walk around, you know, take a nice stroll, and you know, just have a good time. This is really indicative of Guyanese culture and life, that they really do strive to have a good time in their surroundings. Whatever standard of life you may encounter or you think you want, enjoy what Guyana has to offer. It's a really nice place.